Looking back, I would have learned way faster and understood so much more if someone could have explained it this way. Understanding the difference between transients and tails is crucial, as it allows us to know where to set the parameters and other controls on a compressor with intention and purpose. First on the list is transients and tails. Transients are the high peaks in a sound wave, as illustrated by the red circles. Next, we have tails, the resonance or the decreasing sound after a transient, also called valleys, represented by the descending arrows. And why are these even important? Because as we will see, everything related to compression hinges on these two basic parts of a waveform. Up next, dynamic range. Dynamic range is the measured distance between peak transients and the lowest part of the tail, the valley. Let's further illustrate this. If we were to squeeze the audio waveform, then we would in turn decrease the dynamic range by decreasing the distance of the transients and tails. The opposite is also true. If we were to expand the audio waveform, then we would be increasing the distance between the peaks and valleys, which would also increase the dynamic range. Now, why is this important? Because dynamic range is how we measure the effects of compression on audio signals. Up next, peak levels versus loudness. It's important to know that there are two ways that we measure waveforms. Number one, through peak levels, and number two, loudness. Let's go over the differences. Peak levels measure waveforms based on the highest peak or transients. The higher the peak in the waveform, the higher the measured peak levels will be. Loudness, on the other hand, uses a different way to measure waveforms. Instead of measuring peaks, loudness measures tails, and not just the highest tail, but it measures several tails to give us an average of loudness. The higher the average, the higher the measured loudness will be. And it should be noted that loudness is how the human ears actually perceive volume. To sum it up, peak levels measure waveforms using the highest peaks or transients, whereas loudness measures waveforms using tails or the valleys. Understanding the difference is not as crucial as previous terms, but knowing how to measure each one is crucial. But for now, just understanding the different ways that audio can be measured will be good enough for now.